again. I was not able to stream last night because PlayStation Network was down for maintenance for the unforeseeable future. But it's obviously foreseeable because I am now streaming. So, yeah, this pretty much marks exactly why I need to get a capture card. So that way, if PSN is down, I could just load up the old laptop and connect it to my PS4 and... Oh, yeah, totally. But until PlayStation Network came back up, I decided to stream WoW, and that was a much better experience. So, without further ado, let's get right back into it. Where we last left off, I was trying to do this side quest to get an overly powerful laser Gatling, and I'm not kidding. According to the YouTube videos I've seen, it's one of the most powerful weapons in the game, if not the most powerful. So it required doing a quest 5 times. It's one of those repeatables. It required doing it 5 times, and then the 6th time, a special named Brotherhood of Steel Knight would come in, and you would take him down. And he would either have it on his body, or he would have it, like, nearby where you killed him. So, you know, like I said, I finally got it. I did that off stream because I was just having a difficult time getting the quest to trigger. So, you know, I had an extra couple minutes. Ironically enough, the second I traveled back to Nuka World was when it triggered the final time. And so it was just a matter of me going there, killing the guy, looting it, and then coming back here, which took maybe like 10 minutes. So, like I said, we're going to hop right back on into it. Let's turn this up a little bit. Sorry, I was turning up my headset. But yeah, last night's stream I was actually really pleased with because I was having issues with my headset. And
Forces on the 2nd floor. Kill on sight. Send reinforcements to the lobby in case there are more.
I'm sorry. Shit. Oh crap, they're firing missiles at me. Thankfully, missiles aren't as devastating in this game as they were in the other Fallout games. And the best thing about this weapon is that it has infinite ammo. So the Gatling laser is devastating enough on its own, but the fact that it has a modifier on it that gives it infinite ammo makes it the ultimate weapon pretty much.
How many are we dealing with?
So, you know, the offset to that is that it takes like maybe a second or two to wind up. And Gatling lasers are really, really heavy. So, you know, you got that working against it too. But honestly, like, other than maybe an assault rifle or a shotgun, like, this is really all you need. Like, once you get this, you're set. You don't need any more weapons. I mean, obviously, for the sake of versatility, I'm going to carry around, like, my assault rifle. I'm going to carry around a melee weapon, you know. Like I said, for the sake of, you know, versatility and whatnot. Because the other weapons I have really aren't that bad at all. Don't recognize that number. Sorry about that. My home phone is ringing, and I wanted to see if it was work. Because those of you just tuning in have no idea what's going on. Of course, I'm carrying too much weight. Alright, let's offload some of this junk. Speaking of which, I should probably have Codsworth with me. Alright, those are gears. Let me see, I could probably throw away the car. I don't know where I got all these tin cans from, but I guess I could toss those. Where did I get all those? Oh, I remember where I got those tin cans now. Okay. That's right, you're a pile of ash now. You don't matter. But no, there are some viewers that know about this, but for those of you that don't, I've been having issues at work. The short version is that I'm basically being harassed and treated like garbage for doing my job. But to be fair, my job is literally to harass the nursing staff. And I'm not even kidding. It is literally harassment. I mean, I must have pleaded with administration at least 2 or 3 times already to change the system and try to do something that isn't borderline harassment. But they are insistent that... Oh, wow. Well, now I'm the bane of the Commonwealth now that I have this pool cue. But anyway, yeah. So that's pretty much my job, is to harass the nursing staff. Isn't that great? You know, what's funny is, like, the other reception staff has the same job that I do, yet I'm the only one that's catching flack for it. Like, the morning shift receptionist has to do this too. The night shift receptionist slash security guard slash whatever you want to call him, whichever is the proper technical term for him, he has to do it too. But of course on his shift, like, nothing ever really happens, so, you know, like, if he makes like at least 5 or 6 calls, like, that's pretty much the norm, like, for the whole 8 hours. And I actually caught wind from a reliable source that one of the nursing aides that I have a really big problem with, or that has a really big problem with me, I mean, her personally, other than the fact that she's a really, really nasty person, like, I don't really have an issue with her. But I guess it's kind of an oxymoron, considering the fact that the problem I do have with her is that she's a nasty person. But really, that's it. I mean, she's a really hard worker, you know, like, she knows her residents like the back of her hand, like, she's really on top of things. And, yeah, that's why that's really only the issue that's the only real issue I have with her. But, you know, like, these people just don't seem to understand that that's my job. That's what I'm supposed to do. That's what the administration is telling me to do. And if I decide one day that I've had enough and I'm not doing it, I get fired. And as of this moment, I cannot afford to get fired. I have to keep that job.
Got it.
Friggin' paddle ball. Oh, it's value. I thought that was weight. I was gonna say, how is a friggin' bobby pin 1 pound? Yeah, I think some of these Nuka-Colas I can get rid of. But yeah, they don't seem to get that. That's my job, you know. Like, I've done, you know, just short of stapling it to their foreheads. And they just don't seem to understand that. Like, I have a reason for the shit that I do. And if they're not copacetic with that, well, it sounds like a them problem and not a me problem. And they know full well that if they have an issue with the shit that I do and the shit that I don't do, that they need to go to administration for that, because I don't make up the fucking rules. You know, I don't, you know, decide what I do and what I don't do. Alright, there. That should free up a lot of the weight that I'm carrying. Is that a trap? If it was, it barely even touched me. Alright, yeah, we're going up.
Who's there? You're dead! What?
Yeah. Yeah, charging at someone with a Gatling laser, which is the laser equivalent of a minigun, with a friggin' baton, does not seem like the ideal situation. It does not maximize your probability of survival. And I think that's the best way I could put that. Yeah, that's right. I'm making weird fat person noises. You know, and the thing is like, despite what they think, I completely do not agree with the procedure that we have to do for paging staff. You know, and I don't. I must have pleaded with them a bunch of times for them to friggin' change it and to work with the wellness staff instead of just friggin' bossing them around. You know, before certain people were hired, it was great. Like, we would coordinate with each other to help each other out. Like, now we're pitted against each other. You know, like, this one particular person, the one I said was a very nasty person but a very hard worker, like, it's hard to explain. Like, when she was hired on, like, other people became infected with her really shitty personality. Oh, they're fighting up there. With her really toxic personality, and it's spreading like a sickness.
Fall back to original position. The courser's nearing the elevator.
Oop, there's a gunner. Here, I'll show you this bad boy here. Ready? Eternus, unlimited ammo capacity. Now, normally there are legendaries that you can get that are randomly generated that actually do have that modifier. So this isn't a mod. You know, this isn't DLC exclusive. The only thing I can think of why this would be DLC exclusive is because it's not just the fact that it's unlimited. Because with that unlimited modifier, basically in this game, the unlimited legendary modifier basically just means that you never have to reload. So like if you have like 500 bullets for a gun, you basically have 500 bullets in that clip. So after you fire 500 shots, you're out of ammo, but you never have to reload. So that's pretty much all the unlimited ammo means, is that as long as you have enough reserve ammunition, like you could fire pretty much forever. But the way this gun works for some reason, whether or not this is actually intended by Bethesda or if this is just some kind of glitch or a bug that they never addressed, you just fire the first shot, and then after that you have unlimited ammo. Sorry, I'm kind of checking for traps now. Because I literally almost walked right into that one. And I try to be careful with explosions in this game because it could be like that last explosion where it barely touched me, or it can kill me instantly. Like, you never know with explosions in this game, especially on this difficulty.
I'm not saying. I'm not saying. Nice.
But yeah, it's becoming an extremely hostile work environment, and something needs to change. I mean, last night it's actually gotten to the point that they would blatantly just ignore my pages.
Yes.
And last night it might have sent somebody to the hospital. I'm not going to get into detail, but basically, long story short, the entire time they pretty much spent ignoring me, waiting for the time to run out on their shift so they could punch out. Somebody fell and was laying on the floor for a good 45 minutes before somebody actually discovered them. You know, I recognized the room number, and I knew that the people living in that room don't typically pull their room alarm. So the fact that their alarm was going off was highly unusual, which is why I knew something was wrong.
Sweet.
Alright, so everything's been deactivated, at least I'm assuming. Oh, here's an optical trap that's still fully functional. Crystal and fiber optics, that's a really good way to get them. I don't know if you guys recall that place that I was at that that you get that World Series bat. It's basically that legendary that has a chance to send people flying. But basically, long story short, that's actually a really good place to get fiber optics and crystals, because there's a hallway that's just littered with those traps. And you can literally go in there and disarm them one by one by one by one. And here's the kicker. You can actually go back to the end of the hallway and then turn the sensors back on and then disable them one by one all over again. So really, like, if you were patient enough, you can actually get infinite crystal and fiber optics, because you can disable them all and gather the materials from disabling them.
Got it.
Go back, turn them back on, and then do it all over again, and just do that over and over and over until you have the materials that you need or the materials that you want. Alright, there's Wonder Glue. Yeah, I completely forgot those cans were on me, so I was carrying around a metric shit ton of weight that I didn't need to carry. Are my headlamps still on? No, okay, so that's that. So, yeah, basically I'm working in an extremely hostile work environment, and because aides are in such short supply and we're so understaffed in that department, that they're basically covering for them. Like, they refuse to do anything about it because it would require disciplining them and or terminating them, and they can't afford to lose the bodies. So they're just basically turning a blind eye to everything that they do and everything that they don't do. But at the same time, if I bring up last night and how it took 45 minutes for the night shift, not the evening shift where the person actually fell, the night shift to go up and discover them, I'm kind of hoping that maybe that'll open administration's eyes that it's not even a matter of them bullying around a friggin' receptionist, that it's a matter of them blatantly ignoring calls and somebody possibly dying because of it. That maybe it'll open their eyes and they'll actually do something about it. Because I'll be honest with you, if they're gonna put that over a resident's safety, in all good conscience, I cannot continue to work there, because I'm not going to sit by and let them basically let residents die because they don't want to discipline people and they don't want to write people up.
Be able to hack this.
So you know, I literally have been from the department head. No, I have been from my supervisor all the way up to their department head, trying to get them to do something about the situation, and I'm just being ignored.
Just a matter of time. Tell me the password.
What was the point of opening this? There's like nothing in here. There's a dinner tray. And those 2 stim packs. So,
You, come here. Are you here for the synth?
I'm here to pick up an order. 2 large pepperoni and a calzone. Name is fuck you.
If you're not here for the synth, then you're here for me. What do you want?
hang on. I'm getting a phone call.
I need what's in your head.
Sorry about that,
you
folks.
cannot have.
That's it. That's it. He just looks at me. He's like, no, no, you can't have that. And then he starts attacking me. So what? That's what makes coursers so deadly, is that they can strafe back and forth and use a stim pack and turn invisible. Shit, we burnt up the chip. It's like a little microphone. Stim pack, stealth boy. Sorry, wrong button. I remember actually using this for a long time because it gives you endurance and perception, and it has pretty decent resist for clothing. I don't think you really need the help, lady. You're kind of safely locked in there. How do you know I'm not going to off you too? Oh, that just leads outside. I thought that actually led somewhere. Like, not outside. But no, I got those aides dead to rights. Like, yeah, I understand, you know, the resident fell, like, maybe within the last, like, 20 minutes of their shift, so naturally you kind of just want to wait for the clock to run out so you can go punch out, and you're kind of playing incognito to wait for the clock to run out. But you know, if it's affecting residents' safety, you know, that's when you gotta fucking wake up and realize it's not about you, it's about the residents. Like, if you care as much as you claim you do, yet you're letting a resident just lay there for 45 minutes, like, you really don't care as much as you say you are. And it's two of the aides that I'm having an issue with. It was just the one, now it's two. And, okay, now I'm officially overweight. But fat men are heavy, so... And that statement is actually true in more than one way.
Hey, you deserve to die. I know you're not here for me, but I can't get out. Not on my own. I'm going to have to trust you to help me.
I promise not to hurt you.
I guess I don't really have a choice, do I? The guard put the password in his toolbox. Over there, under the stairs. Use it to gain access to the terminal. And open the door.
That's actually kind of clever. He would never think to look in there. Since I'm overweight, I may as well just loot the rest of that shit. Let me see, I'll turn the elevator on. But yeah, yeah, I was just talking to my mother. She is fully aware as to what's going on, and she's not too crazy of the fact that,
Oh, you must not have heard. I'm a superhero. I do this for a living.
My institute designation is K-198, but I prefer Jenny, so yes, I'm a synth, if you hadn't already guessed. I knew they'd send a courser. Didn't think you'd find me so fast. I think I would have lost him too. Then I was captured by these mercenaries. And all this happened. Thanks again for your help. I'm gonna look for supplies, and before you ask, no, I don't need any more help. The Commonwealth is unforgiving. I need to make it on my own or I'm dead. Maybe we'll meet again, under better circumstances. I hope we do.
Okay, I understand that you don't need more help, but pushing me around is not acceptable. Oh yeah, I looted all this shit, by the way, so, sorry, you're not gonna find anything. So, yeah, that's pretty much what I'm dealing with. I'm dealing with an extremely hostile work environment. Yeah, I think that might be a glitch, because I had more than enough ammo, and then it was telling me I was missing the ammo. And now you can see what my ammo count is. This thing uses fusion cores as ammunition, and I only have 45 fusion cores, but each core is worth about 500 rounds, give or take. There's a perk that makes it last a little bit longer, so that's probably why instead of 500 I have like 680 and change, or closer to 670. But with this weapon, like I said, I don't know if this was intentional from Bethesda or if this is just a glitch that was never addressed, but after you fire the first round, the ammunition drops down to like 40. And now I have infinite ammo. Like, I can just keep firing forever, and it'll never run out. Alright, so, before I do anything, let me travel to Sanctuary and drop this shit off. Excuse me. I'm sorry, my throat is starting to get a little scratchy. So, yeah. You know, I don't know if it is a glitch, though. So, I'm just gonna exploit it for as long as I can. Yo. Oh, Nick. Hey, Nicky boy. Yeah, absolutely. You could be up here. I don't care. You know, you're my dude, Nick. So, yeah, of course you could be up here. Alright, let's see. From what I've heard on the video, like some of the best modifications you can get for this type of weapon are already on here. Yeah, so the best modifiers are already on this thing, so I don't have to worry about modding it up. I'm just gonna scrap that. That too. Ooh, I can essentially turn this into a spear. I mean, I'm running out of adhesive, but yeah, why not? Let's make it a pool sphere.
That was personality.
Still in one piece.
Settlement is always under attack. I should probably get rid of those traps, because every time I come here, we're always under attack.
There are some numbers out there. Commonwealth.
Shit, I didn't mean to do that.
You know the one about the railroad? A group that actually helps. They helped since one was
There we go, the fucker upper. I like these weapons. Wow, it does 230 damage now. With those perks I have. See, the only thing I'm afraid of is that these settlers might get themselves killed whenever there's like a gunner invasion or whatever, because they don't have the best equipment. Remember, kids, regular maintenance is really important. Alright, my dude, I'm gonna need you to step away from there so I can make some science. You know, some science needs to be made. Go fuck away from there, dude. Like I said, my dude. Alright, so we see corn, mut fruit, it's purified waters. Last but not least, potatoes that I never seem to have enough of. See, like, if I could, like, if there was a way that I can keep them, like, where they're supposed to be, I would keep all my companions in the room above me. Just kind of make it a lounge area just for them. But, like, there's no guarantee they're going to stay up there. So, it's kind of a bitch, really. So, let's see. I still have one of the VIP trackers on. I'm pretty sure I could find Codsworth on my own. I don't think I need that. They're looking to dance. They're like, dude, why do we have a robot here? That robot dude is freaking us out, man. Alright, okay, so it was Raiders this time, I think. Oh, there he is. Alright, Cotty, my boy.
Codsworth,
May I accompany you, sir?
would you like to?
Why, yes, of course, sir.
Yes.
Splendid.
Yeah, because I've been kind of an asshole lately, so, if you don't want to join me, I'll completely understand. So why is it telling me to go to Railroad? Oh, that's right, they got to analyze it. Yeah, this is back before you choose a faction, so, yeah, I remember. I remember you got to bring it to the railroad to get it analyzed, and then once they analyze it, then you get plans, and then I think at that point you choose who you want. Who you want to build it.
They need you in her room.
That's nice. She can go fuck herself.
I have a report here. It reads more like a comic book. Apparently, one hell of a fight took place at Cleantech Genetics.
Don't know anything about that.
So another agent, who looks just like you, took out a Courser. Hypothetically speaking, why would that agent take on a Courser single-handedly in the first place?
That chip in his neck just looks so shiny. Couldn't help it.
You have one of their chips intact? Follow me now.
Ooh, I like it when it bosses me around.
Chip is a very delicate operation. A million things can go wrong. The least of which is losing the data. Fortunately, we have the right man.
You from one of those halls? You got too many teeth for this guy.
Hey, Dad. You need something?
Tom, we got a Courser chip.
Oh, for real? Oh, man, it's been ages. Everyone's all, you've been hitting the Kims way too hard. But I got my eyes on you. I
You
see
hit the jackpot with this. Hand over the chip. Let's see what's on it.
I'm not sure I want to do this now.
When you're ready, let us know.
Excuse me.
Hey, I got everything you field agent type.
I don't need anything.
You got it. You got it.
This place, us, we don't exist.
Desdemona.
And
Ready
if
to
you see
hand over that
anything
chip,
different,
agent? Let's...
Go.
All right, Tom, make it happen.
Let's have the circuit analyzer take a
Codsworth, for the love of God, read the goddamn room.
One more hour until my shift ends.
Yeah, sounds like me in about that many hours.
chip accessed. Just poke the analog connectors and let. What? Oh man, don't crash. Hold it together. Remember, here go. Here it comes. Encryption algorithms. All right. Still running. Oh man, they've added more decimals to the last cipher. This is gonna be. Come on, baby. Show me that pattern. Where is it? Wait. They're using the same logarithmic function as the key generator. Lucky. Got you, you institute bastard. I got you. Solve for him. Come on. Show me that sweet base number. Come on. There, we got it. We got the code. Let me load that onto the holotape for ya.
Good work, Tom.
Yeah, but I'm not sure our luck will hold up next time, guys.
And Agent, I hope that helps you as much as you've helped us. Good work.
Alright, so let's get this to what's his face down here. Where is it? Oh. Yeah, they're like off the map. Kind of. Doesn't that look like an atom, like the little electrons that circle the atom down there at the bottom of the whatever? It didn't last long enough for me to really get my point. Oh, Jesus Christ, I thought you were at Deathclaw. Holy shit, Virgil, you can't do that shit to me, man. But no, like I was saying before, like there's usually almost always a Deathclaw like right outside of his cave. Cage. But yeah, there's usually almost always a Deathclaw out there. So that's why whenever I zone in, apparently he's more lonely than I thought. He's got a robot jerking him off. Alright.
And serve.
Hey there.
Wasn't sure I'd see you again. You managed to get what you need?
I just went out for a little stroll. Thought I'd stop back and say hi.
It's a good thing your survival and my humanity are at stake. Otherwise, I might be annoyed by your attitude. Fine. I shouldn't have doubted you'd come back. You did get rid of Kellogg after all. Not too much of a leap to take down a Courser. How'd you manage to get it decoded? Oh God, those crooks. I would have expected they'd be too busy trying to liberate vending machines or setting computer terminals free or... Sorry. They just have something of a reputation. You're not the
Yeah, no
only
kidding.
one who's been busy.
Oh man, that was
I
funny.
did the best I could.
Yeah, I think Virgil's my boy.
Things I overheard
I think he's my new BFF.
came up with some schematics for you. Wasn't easy.
That was funny. I needed that.
Ridiculous. Fine motor skills have gone to shit.
I know it sounds stupid, but I really needed that laugh. That was great.
You need to build a device that will hijack the signal the Institute uses to teleport coursers and send you instead. You know the craziest part of the design? That classical music station. That's the carrier signal for the relay. All the data's on harmonic frequencies. You've been hearing it all along. I want to be clear that this isn't my area of expertise. I was bioscience, not engineering or advanced systems or anything.
Your confidence is staggering.
I'm just saying, I can't guarantee it'll work. But if you can build this device and make use of that code,
So yesterday I had to show up a little late to work because my daughter had a rash that was popping up all over her face. It was like...
Even you.
I got it covered.
Good.
Sorry, I was just kind of...
You've got to make it in there, for both our sakes. And don't you forget our agreement. I've helped you as best I can. If you make it in there, you find that serum. It's my only hope for ever being normal. So you find it. Now go on. Take these and get to work. You do whatever it takes. Call on whoever you know to help you.
Sorry, I was kind of having two conversations at once. I think he has something here. He has the most random shit here. Like, what the hell is he gonna do with a laundered denim dress? Codsworth hated that. Yeah, well, Codsworth needs to get the fuck over that.
You have work to be doing.
I'm gonna loot that fuel. No, I was kidding.
Protect and serve.
Yeah, I think eventually he just tells you, like, hey, if you see anything you need, just take it. You know, whatever. So I could have waited for that to take that cap, but I wanted it. But yeah, it started out as two blotches on her face, and then it just kind of spreaded to the rest of her face. And hang on, talk to the Minutemen. Yeah, because I want to side with the Minutemen, so I think that's where I start. So I gotta talk to that jackass Preston. So, with that rash spreading at an alarming rate, as far as me and her mother could tell, it could have been one of two things. It could have been poison ivy, or it could have been Karasaki. Anyway, it could have been one of those two. Poison ivy is just poison ivy. If you've played outside for any period of time, or if you worked outside for any amount of time, you're familiar with what poison ivy is and what it can do. Which is nothing. It's just a really itchy rash that spreads everywhere. Then there's Karasaki, which is a lot more serious. It's usually accompanied by a really bad cough, and it's highly contagious. And for a toddler, it can be pretty serious. It could be. Usually if you get it treated right away, it's not a big deal, but if it's left alone, it can be very, very serious. So I had to go to urgent care with her and her mother, I should say, and get it checked out. And thank God it was poison ivy. I guess she was playing outside the other day and found a patch of it somewhere, and I guess didn't really realize it. Well, I mean, she's 2. How could she know what poison ivy is and how to avoid it? So, yeah, she must have found a patch of it somewhere and spread it all over the place.
All you need to know is there's a machine that can get me inside the Institute.
The Institute? Why in the world would you want to mess around with them?
They kidnapped my son.
Damn. That's some bad business. Even for them.
Back in his head.
We'll give you whatever help we can. Don't worry about that. Now, assuming you could build this thing, what exactly does it do?
The Institute uses teleportation to get in and out. This machine can hijack their signal and send me instead.
Teleportation? For real? That would explain a lot about how the Institute manages to operate. If anyone can make heads or tails of those plans, it'd be Sturgis. I haven't found anything yet that he couldn't build a fix.
Alright, so now I gotta talk to Sturgis. Okay, so I can't talk to anybody anymore. I pretty much picked my faction. Now my brother-in-law, my brother-in-law, he completed this game. Obviously, because he's probably a bigger Fallout fan than I am. And he sided with the Minutemen. And now it's the one faction I didn't side with yet. But he told me that that's pretty much the closest you're going to get to a neutral ending. Like, an ending to where, like, you don't have to wipe out a faction. Excuse me. So, that's why I'm siding with them, because, you know, I want to try to go for, like, a true peaceful ending. And according to my brother-in-law, this is the closest we're going to get to that. So,
We've got to do something to stop these raider attacks.
okay, who the fuck are you, and what are you doing in my own personal workshop?
A sort of note, I guess, from sponsors.
You need to leave, like, right now.
And I'll read it. The Colonial Tap House wants to remind everyone that you...
Hang on, let me put this back first, because Nick likes to hijack my shit.
Here's Ray Smith, right behind you, baby.
I'm thinking, like, maybe if I take the fusion core out, like, people won't hijack my shit. There. But yeah, I think they prescribed something for her to take, like, orally to kind of help the poison ivy, like, run its course, I guess. And they also prescribed the cream for her to help her on the outside. So basically, we're tackling it from the outside and from the inside.
Most people are good at breaking things. I enjoy putting them back together.
All right, shithead, enough bragging.
You might be able to figure out these plans for me.
Sure thing. Let's see what you got.
Here you go.
Wow, what a mess. Looks like encrypted RF transmissions. Okay, so that gets routed through... What the hell? Teleportation. This is some pretty crazy shit. You sure it's for real?
Either it is, or we end up building one hell of a paperweight.
Well, whoever wrote this does seem to know what they're talking about. could be a genius or totally insane. Guess we'll find out. Anyway,
My nipple.
the eggheads never think about the nuts and bolts of actually making something work. But, looks like it's all here. Yeah, I'm gonna need some time to study this thing. The handwriting's pretty hard to make out. But, you can get started on what he calls a stabilized reflector platform. You'll need some pretty high-grade metals, but it's basically not that different than the lining of a jet engine, or something like that.
Good work, Sturgis.
Well, don't thank me yet. I think I got the gist of it. It's gonna take some time to work out the details of some of the hairier sections.
Here's a list of what you'll need for the first piece. I'm pretty sure we've got all that at Sanctuary, if you want to build it there. While you're working on that, I'll get busy figuring out how to actually build the rest of this thing.
Keep in mind, I can already see this is gonna take a crazy amount of juice. Like if you had a spare nuclear reactor handy.
Hey, I got 2 of those right down at the water refinery area.
So find a nice open building site with lots of power available.
Alrighty.
Identity confirmed.
I hope you find your son.
Huh? What? Huh? What? Asshole. What are you gonna do? Yeah, I'm not going to build it on grass. Oh man, I'm out of aluminum already. Jesus Christ. Alright, let me get my waters and I'll,
I'm pleased you were assigned to the same team.
Yeah, that's where you belong, bitch. Hey, what did I just say? Whatever.
Damn Raiders.
So I have to go up and get my waters and then I'll try to get as much aluminum as I can get. So, yeah. Let me see what we have, if anything else was produced yet. Oh, wow. Alright, put the corn in there. Mut fruit. And the water's got put with my total. So, yeah, let's see how much aluminum we can scare up, shall we? Because we only got 12 left, and I can pretty much tell already that aluminum's going to be a problem. But yeah, like I was saying though, shit, I forgot what I was going to say. But yeah, my daughter's going to be fine. That's pretty much the bottom line of the other thing I was saying that I can't remember. Or I can remember that, but I can't remember what I was originally saying. I can't remember what I was saying.
Poisoning is a common ailment.
Actually, I need some supplies.
Relax, I just need these. For some fucking reason. I don't even know why I'm getting some of this shit. I'm just getting it. Alright, holy shit. If I were to sell all of these waters, I would get 64,454 caps. That is exactly why purified waters are the way to go. If you want to make a shit ton of caps in a short amount of time. You can keep that.
I have some work to do. Sorry.
But you need the right perks to back it up, though. Like, for one thing, you need to max out Strong Back.
Worth what I charge for it.
I I've got a few minutes to
So,
Odds and ends.
obviously I'm able to fast travel while being overweight, so, you know, it's actually a very good thing to have. We usually need to be able to lug these things around. Ceramic, copper, rubber, springs. I think I'll buy all of these. Yeah. Telephone, alien, typewriter, vacuum tube. Yeah, I'm sorry for all the burping and whatnot, but like I said, you know, I smoke e-cigs. You know, that's actually one of the many things I could thank this job for is my smoking habit. Because I'm in such a high stress environment that I need something to take the edge off, and obviously my medication is not enough. So, yeah. It's either this or heroin. And I picked this.
Consider something more up
Although I don't think heroin would make me burp as much.
Let's see what you got.
So we got a pretty decently sized shipment of aluminum, so that's good. Can't think of where else I can get shipments of aluminum though. I don't know what other vendors sell that. And I figured while I'm here I may as well buy the big boy, which is another legendary that you can buy. Well, man, I may as well just clear you out of your caps. Fuck it. Sorry, I'm kind of doing this, and I'm doing a search. A Google search, I mean. Concord is actually another place I didn't look up yet. Let's see if Good Neighbor, if I can find it.
I know you just can't get enough of that Roy Brown.
There it is. Let me see if they have it too. Sold by Rufus Rubens and Good Neighbor.
Whoa, now that is some armor. Check out those hydraulics.
Why, thank you.
Every weapon you see here could be the difference between
I've got a few minutes to browse.
a gun for every occasion.
Let me see what she's got. If she's got anything interesting. 50% more damage against humans. Yeah, I'm not going to buy that yet. I will buy those, though. I'm not going to say no to that. I guess I'll buy those 50 cals, too, while I'm at it. And I'll buy these cores. But yeah, eventually I'm going to invest in a capture card. So, you know, my buddy Brent actually bought a capture card, and I think I might buy the one he has because I guess he bought it and he wanted to see like how it was.
Hey,
I mean, he never plays his PS4, so I don't know why he would ever buy one, but
let's see what you have.
you know, he bought it, he says he likes it, so I might have to find out what type he bought and invest in it myself. I mean, I got shit I got to pay off and whatnot, but ammo, junk. Okay, let me see. Aluminum can. Basically anything with a magnifying glass next to it I'm picking up, but mainly it's gonna be I'm not gonna say no to adhesives. Teapot, telephone. I'm already down to 40,000 caps worth of purified waters because I'm just buying like all sorts of shit. Like whether or not I need it is kind of moot at this point. And let's liberate you of the rest of those caps while we're at it because math is just too fucking hard for me. It's too early for math.
Running from something?
Now I know what you're saying. I know what my viewers are saying. But it's 1:45 in the afternoon. How is it too early for math? I'm going to stop you right there. Anytime is too early for math. It doesn't matter if it's 10 at night. It doesn't matter if it's 10 in the morning. It is always too late, too early for math. Alright, so where's this Rufus, whatever guy? Hotel Roxford. Okay, so he is in there. Rexford, whatever. So there's literally only 2 vendors.
Fred, are you going to hang out in the lobby all day again, or are you actually going to go down and do some work?
Being available to the customers is work. It's not all about cooking chems, Claire.
It's not all about sampling those
I just clean up around.
Maybe if you stop using focus.
What? Hey there. You're new around good neighborhood,
fun
if
in
I'm not mistaken.
if you ain't
What do you think of the place?
My mistake.
Seems like my kind of place.
Bit of a rough town, but beats cowering behind the walls of Diamond City, that's for damn sure.
Name's Rufus. I do repairs around here. Keep the robots running, sell a bit of scrap, that sort of thing.
I'm usually here or drinking that swill Charlie slinging at the 3rd rail. Looking for parts? I also might have a job for you if you're interested.
I'll take a look.
Let me know if you want to trade.
Okay. So these 2 guys are the only ones that sell shipments of aluminum. That actually makes me a little sad. And it also explains why people always use that dupe glitch, because... yeah. Need I say more? Aluminum, ceramic, blah, blah, blah. I'm not selling that. That's my baby. Let's see. Well, not really. I mean, I have much better stuff on me, so... and let's liberate you of that 474 caps. There we go. Alrighty, so we got as much aluminum as we could find at the moment, whether it be from actual junk or shipments, or both. So, yeah. There's one more stop we need to make, because I haven't been here in a while. So let's go down there and take a look. You would think that since they released the DLC, both DLCs, that there will be more places for you to buy alright, so there's still no people down here, so purified water is still strictly profit. You would think there'd be more than 2 fucking people that could sell shipments of aluminum. And both of those 2 vendors are in the base fucking game. So it's not like it's those 2 people plus one of them in Far Harbor or one of them in Nuka World. Like, no, it's just those same 2 fucking vendors that sell shipments of aluminum. And that's it. Alright, so we haven't produced anything up here yet.
Okay, so
let me put the rest of these waters back. There, now we're back down to a respectable weight. Oh yeah, the big boy, I gotta put that away too. Yeah, it looks pretty cool too on top of that. There. Shoots an additional projectile. There's actually another add-on that you can put onto this that will shoot another projectile on top of the second projectile from this legendary. So really, this has the potential to be devastating. And I mean fucking devastating. Like even dangerous to you. Which is a feat. Not a big feat for, what you call it.
I'm very successful.
It's not that big of a feat as you would think for a fat man, but you know, that weapon fired in the right conditions can be very hazardous to your health. I'm thinking of just removing this door. That's only because like it's always open. Alright, so I think I got a good amount of materials, so, no.
How's it going? Did you find a good spot to build your signal interceptor?
Yeah, ready to build the rest of it.
Good. I think I got a handle on this crazy contraption. At least as much as I can tell. Until we actually try to build it, here's a list of 3 things that may be harder to find. I think I'll be able to pull together everything else we're gonna need. I'll meet you over at the building site and see if we can actually make this thing work.
Thanks, Sturgis. I'll get right on this.
Good deal. One thing to keep in mind while you're building this, it all needs to be wired together so all the pieces can talk to each other. I'll see you over at the building site. Good luck.
Search telecom sites for a sensor module. Oh, that's optional. Okay, so I'll have to do that. I remember this being a huge pain in the ass, so let's see if I can wing it. Let's see. Okay, so so this is the beam emitter. This goes over that. This is the relay dish, so this can go over here. And that's robot workbench. And that's the platform, so I got that already. And this is the control console. So I guess I'll put that over here. And this thing needs a good amount of power to run. So, yeah, those are all optional, so I'm not even going to bother with that. And I'm probably just going to build a fusion generator here, because I don't really feel like building like 10 fucking generators and linking them together like I had to do before. There, that's powered up. Alright, I'll need to connect it to that. There we go. That was a lot easier than it was the first time I had to do this. They must have did something to it to... They must have tweaked it somehow to make it easier, because I guess a lot of people complain that
everything looks good
it was just really hard.
You ready to see if this thing actually works?
Let's do this.
You sure? Okay. Your part is simple. Just step onto the platform.
Oh yeah, real fucking
For
simple.
an institute signal to lock onto. Then I fire her up, and we see what happens. Getting cold feet? I don't blame you.
Does it look like I have cold feet? Alright, so I can't move, so that's a good sign. Beat me up, Scotty.
Okay, hold real still. I don't want any corruption of the molecular beam. Oh yeah, by the way, I figured this was a golden opportunity to find out as much as we can about the Institute, and what they're up to. Yeah, this holotape's all set with a program that will scan their network and download anything it finds. Uh-oh. Yeah, we better hurry. Don't worry about that tubing wiggling around. It's, just there for decoration. Okay. Scanning for the Institute signal. Tracking RF. And... got it. Hold on to your butt.
Well, we're at one piece, so, yeah. Think we did it. Oh wait, that's right, I gotta put in the holotape. There we go.
Hello. I wondered if you might make it here. You're quite resourceful. I am known as Father. The Institute is under my guidance. I know why you're here. I'd like to discuss things with you face to face. Please, step into the elevator. I can only imagine what you've heard, what you think of us. I'd like to show you that you may have the wrong impression. Welcome to the Institute. This is the reality of the Institute. This place, these people, the work we do. For over 100 years, we've dedicated ourselves to humanity's survival. Decades of research, countless experiments and trials, a shared vision of how science can help shape the future. It has never been easy, and our actions are often misinterpreted by those above ground. Someday, perhaps, we can show them what we've accomplished. But for now, we must remain underground. There's too much at stake here to risk it all. As you've seen, things above are unstable. I'd like to talk to you about what we can do for everyone. But that can wait. You are here for a specific, very personal reason. You are here for your son.
Sean?
Huh? Yes, I'm Sean.
Oh, goddamn. So many years stolen.
Who are you?
Sean, it's me. I'm your dad.
Father, what's going on? What's happening?
Those bastards, they took you from me.
What's going on? Father? Father!
This is,
Shh. You'll be okay, Sean. I'm here now.
I don't know you. Go away. Father! Father, help me! There's someone here. Help me!
Sean, please. Calm down. I'll get you out of there.
Father? Father, help me! He's trying to take me! Father? Father, help me!
Sean. S923, recall code Cirrus. Fascinating, but disappointing. The child's responses were not at all what I anticipated. He's a prototype, you understand. We're only just now beginning to explore the effects of extreme emotional stimuli. Please try and keep an open mind. I recognize that you are emotional, and that your journey here has been fraught with challenges. Let's start...
You have no idea.
I am Father. Welcome to the Institute.
Give me Sean. The real Sean. Right now!
I know. You've gone to such lengths to find him.
Just... help me understand what's going on here.
I promised answers, and answers you shall have. But I need you to realize that this situation is far more complicated than you could have imagined. You have traveled very far, and suffered a great deal to find your son. Well, your tenacity and dedication have been rewarded. It's good to finally meet you, after all this time. It's me. I am Sean. I am your son.
Bullshit.
Bullshit.
Isn't it? After all the things you've seen and experienced in the Commonwealth, think about it. In the vault, you had no concept of the passage of time. You were released from your pod and went searching for the sun you'd lost. But then you learned that your son was no longer an infant, but a 10-year-old boy. You believed that 10 years had passed. Is it really so hard to accept that it was not 10, but 60 years? That is the reality. And here I am, raised by the Institute, and now its leader.
They stole you, kidnapped you. Wasn't right.
Right, wrong, irrelevant. It was necessary. The Institute believed humanity's future depended on it. At that time, the year 2227, the Institute had made great strides in synth production. but it was never enough. Scientific curiosity and the goal of perfection drove them ever onward. What they wanted was the perfect machine. So they followed the best example thus far. The human being, walking, talking, fully articulate, capable of anything.
Yeah, you lost me. I don't see the point of any of this.
You don't see the connection. Let me try to explain. The Institute endeavored to create synthetic organics. The most logical starting point, of course, was human DNA. Plenty of that was available, of course. But it had all become corrupted. In this wasteland, radiation affected everyone, even in their attempts to shield themselves from the world above.
Yeah.
Members of the Institute had been exposed. Another source was necessary. But then the Institute found me after discovering records from Vault 1. An infant, frozen in time, protected from the radiation-induced mutations that had crept into every other human cell in the Commonwealth. I was exactly what they needed. And so it was my DNA that became the basis of the synthetic organics used to create every human-like synth you see today. I am their father. Through science, we are family. The synths, me, and you.
60 years. So much time. Wasted.
I know. I know you must have questions. Please. Anything I can do to help you understand.
Sorry, this is a pretty heavy moment.
Mother. She never got to see you grow up.
Yes. What happened to her was... I've gone over the records of the incident, of course. It seems her death was an unfortunate bit of collateral damage.
Collateral damage? Is that all she was to you?
I forget that it's been such a short time for you. I don't have any direct memories. And I've had my entire life to cope with the loss. Has it always been easy? Of course not. But I've done my best to move on and live my life. For many years, I never questioned who my parents were. I accepted my situation, and that was that. With old age comes regret. And asking what if more often. But what matters now is that you and I have a chance to begin again. What else can I say to ease your mind?
Kellogg. He worked for you?
Kellogg. He was an Institute asset long before I arrived here. It wasn't until I became director that I learned of all the things he'd done. What kind of man he was.
You knew the man was a psychopath, but you used him anyway?
Would you have preferred that I turned him loose on the Commonwealth? At least keeping him on a short leash kept the collateral damage to a minimum. The Institute took advantage of Kellogg's vicious nature. I will freely admit that. Institute technology prolonged his life, and his usefulness far beyond any normal human lifespan. He never failed the Institute, but his cruelty became more apparent with every completed objective. I won't lie. It's no coincidence your path crossed his. It seemed a fitting way to allow you, us, to have some amount of revenge. What else can I say to ease your mind?
So you're in charge of the Institute?
I am the acting director, yes. I spent decades working to reach this point. It's a responsibility I take very seriously. The Institute. It's important. It really is humanity's best hope for the future, no matter what those above ground might think of us.
They're scared of you, Sean. Scared of the Institute.
People are always frightened by what they don't understand. Ultimately,
That's pretty
the
much
common
human
world
nature.
has nothing to fear from us. Whatever you've seen or heard, I know I can convince you of that. Just give me time. I know there's more for us to discuss. But the Institute is on the verge of some important breakthroughs. Your presence would be appreciated as we approach them. I've been a part of something amazing here. I've helped to build a life for myself and the people of the Institute. And now, after all these years, you have an opportunity to help with that. Doesn't that intrigue you? Isn't that what you want?
Maybe. I don't know. This is so much to take in.
I know. And I am sorry. You have been through so much in such a short time. The Institute can provide a better life than anything above ground. You've been in the Commonwealth. You've seen what it's like. I assure you that you are better off with us.
I don't know what to do.
I realize that. It's why I'm trying to help you. I hope that you can see that rationally. The Institute is the only thing left in the world that is worth being part of. I simply ask that you give the Institute, me, a chance. A chance to show you what I've been telling you. We really do have humanity's best interest at heart. Will you take that chance?
I just don't know.
Just give it time. Give the Institute a chance. The Institute is now your home as much as it is mine. Please take some time, get to know it. Meet the people you'll be working with. You'll want to introduce yourself to the division heads. Dr. Fillmore in facilities, Dr. Ayo in SRB, Dr. Holdren in bioscience, and finally Dr. Lee in advanced systems. They've all been notified of your arrival, of course.
Dr. Lee.
And then we'll discuss what comes next.
Sounds very familiar, doesn't it? Okay. Well, let's go make a good first impression. Shall we? With a power fist in their face. No, I'm just kidding. Towels! Anyway, yeah, so let's take a look around. Undamaged camera. Yeah, it's essentially pre-war down here. Everything is the best quality, obviously. I will take those. Everything's like all like squeaky clean, super futuristic. Yeah, I gotta tell you, if I can be completely honest, that the first time I ever sided with the, I'm not gonna, you know. Anyway, sorry about that. Yeah, the first time I ever sided with the Institute, like, I got so incredibly lost in here. Like, incredibly lost in here. Like, he eventually gives you a room. Like, your own personal space, whatever. I could never find it. I always ended up bunking in some random room that I come across. What the fuck? Yo, this place is like one big maze.
Welcome to the Institute, sir.
All systems nominal.
Excuse me.
Pardon me, sir.
Alright, so we got patrollers.
Don't make excuses. You're clearly defective, and I intend to report this.
Perhaps after you've been disassembled, we can use your components to make something that's actually useful.
Suspicious? What do you mean by suspicious?
Scanning. Subject identified.
Spend enough time here, and you'll be sick to death of the word synth. I certainly am.
Alright, so like I said, let's go make friends, shall we?
Doctor. You know what happens when people get robots to do all their work? They get fat and lazy, that's what. Real people doing real thinking and real work. That's the future of technology.
People have no trouble getting fat and lazy on their own.
A few, here and there, perhaps. But not on the scale I'm talking about. I can see you're having a joke at my expense. You're hardly the... In any case, I suppose I should say, welcome. Perhaps a fresh perspective will do some good around here.
Okay, well, he's obviously not a department head. He's just some bitter asshole. Great, we're off to a great start.
It's an honor to have you here, sir.
So apparently they all know who I am. That's awesome. I'm a celebrity and I just got here. Alright, so one of these department heads is right below me. Like, way below me.
Almost done. Just need to tighten up this primary drive servo.
That's the third primary drive breakdown this month. As far as I'm concerned, the phase out on these older models can't come soon enough.
Oh.
Hey, Doc.
I don't
You
know.
weren't kidding.
Most of them have
are.
lasted long past
Now,
their
Alan,
projected lifespans.
I'm Alan.
If you ask
Alan
me,
Thornley.
they were built
You can think
pretty
of me
well.
as the Institute's chief engineer. When Father told us about you, I could hardly believe it. You've been through so much, I think most people would have just given up. If you don't mind my asking, what was it that kept you going all that time?
I just wanted to find my son and keep him safe.
Now that you've found him, I hope you're proud of the great man he grew up to be. Now, I'll give you a quick rundown of the facilities division, and then I'll answer any questions you might have afterward. As you might guess, we keep the Institute's mechanical and electrical systems running smoothly. We maintain and upgrade all of the systems that make it possible to live and work in a place like this. There's a lot of machinery behind these walls that recycles the air and water and provides power to the laboratories and quarters. The work we do might not be as exciting as some of the other departments, but it's at least as important. So, now that you're here and you've spoken to Father, does that mean you're on board?
I'm not on board with anything.
No? And yet here you are, poking around. One might find that suspicious. If you're not planning on staying, I'd recommend keeping your hands to yourself. Wouldn't want to give the impression you're up to something. And consider having another talk with Sean. He really is anxious to have you with us. If there's anything else you'd like to know about the facilities division, I'm happy to discuss it.
I'm good for now, thanks.
Goodbye, then. I can't argue with that. Even so, I'm ready to see the full Gen 3 roll out.
There we go. All set. Unit in charge.
You know the protocol, sir. Authorized personnel only.
So Dr. Ayo thinks he can hide in his office, does he? Well, you can tell him that I intend to speak to Father about these unannounced security sweeps of yours. Ransacking my quarters in the middle of the night is totally unacceptable.
I'll pass along your message, Doctor.
See that you do.
Hi, Doc.
Welcome. Welcome. It is so good to meet you. I truly hope you'll come to think of the Institute as your home.
I think it's a little too science fiction for my taste.
Of course, I understand. Nearly all of us were born here, but you come from a very different world. You should know that many of us consider it a great honor to have you here.
Reporting status.
I'm looking forward to working with you.
Seriously, preparing the robotics to knock some heads together.
What now?
They're dragging their feet on the targeting package upgrades I asked for. Maybe
Be
I should
careful
take some
wearing
courses
that.
with me.
You might be mistaken for a Brotherhood of Steel soldier.
I
There's
doubt
enough
that.
friction as it is
Glad you
between
made it.
us and pretty much all the other departments.
You going soft on me, Alana? My methods get results, and they will this time as well. You'll see.
Like any machine, a synth can malfunction.
Just wish it didn't happen so often.
If you see any suspicious synth activity, report it immediately.
Excuse me, Doctor.
So, here you are. Justin Ale, Acting Director of the Synth Retention Bureau. I'll be upfront with you. We're going to be keeping a close eye on you for the near future. Despite your relation to Father, you're a bit of an unknown quantity. I'm sure you understand. There won't be any issues, will there?
No problems here.
Good to hear. Now, Father has asked that I provide you with a brief overview of the synth retention. Our primary responsibility is the recovery of escaped synths that are hiding among the human population on the surface.
If the synths want to be free, you should let them.
Synths do not want. They might look like human beings, but they're machines. As to why they're escaping, that matter is currently under investigation. Our main instrument is the Corsair, a third-generation synth assigned to operate on the surface. Coursers hunt down and reclaim synths that have escaped the Institute. They are highly self-sufficient, trained in combat, infiltration, and tracking. In a word, our Coursers are relentless. But I gather you know all this, since you've been telling me. In fact, I'd very much like to know how you defeated it.
I'm no stranger to combat.
Even so, a Corsair should be more than a match for any single combatant. I suppose I'll have to ask robotics to perform detailed diagnostics on the entire production line. Now, unless you need something else, I'll get back to work.
You mentioned that coursers undergo special training. Tell me more about it.
The SRB constantly monitors our Gen 3 synth population, looking for specific traits. Those who show tenacity, fearlessness, and independence undergo a rigorous training regimen. We teach them armed and unarmed combat, investigative techniques, psychology, and mechanical skills. Those who pass a final evaluation become coursers. The rest have their memories wiped and return to their former duties.
Oh shit. So, like, why don't they just study the ones that actually do become good coursers and replicate whatever they did with them for whatever? I'm thinking too much about this. Alright. Let's go make more friends, shall we?
Power armor, huh? You take down a Brotherhood soldier?
Something like that. Now, taking down a Brotherhood soldier is how I got this bad boy. But we're not going to go waving that around. After all, these synth chicks, they don't like it when you go waving around your member in their faces. If they're not careful, I might get excited and I'll go off in their hair. How you doing, man? Just getting some progression in, as you can see. For the most part, I'm remaining pretty neutral to everything, or to everyone. I kind of dabbled with the Brotherhood a little bit. I dabbled with the Minutemen and the Railroad, and now I'm in the Institute looking around. So, yeah. I mean, I fully intend on siding with the Minutemen, but that's only because that's the only faction I haven't sided with yet.
Excuse me, Doctor.
Ah, it's you. You're here then. Yes, I know who you are. We all do. While I'm sure Father is very happy that you're here, I do hope it doesn't interrupt our work.
Aren't you a ray of sunshine?
What I want, in this case, is largely irrelevant. Father gave his orders. Oh, before I forget, let me see that Pip-Boy of yours. I've been told to install a Courser chip in it for you. Father's orders. You're to be given full access, with the ability to relay in and out of the Institute at will.
Thank you. I'm sure that'll come in handy.
Given that the relay is the only way to access the Institute, handy is something of an understatement. In case the significance is lost on you, you'll be the only one here with that kind of access. If nothing else, it should demonstrate the amount of trust Father has placed in you. Now, unless there's something else, I really do need to get back to work.
Is everything okay, Dr. Lee? You seem pretty tense.
Yes, things are... It's fine. I'm sorry. I don't socialize much. I prefer
Yeah,
to
he's a
focus
walking
on my
battle
work.
tank. I always loved the XO1 armor. I really do. Which is why I'm really happy that I got this set. Granted, I had to cheese it a little bit, but, you know. Good things come to those who cheat. If you go back a couple of streams, you'll see how I did it. But, yeah, I'm really happy with it because it's the quantum power armor. So,
Supplement 77 has been discontinued?
That is correct.
That was my favorite one.
I will be happy to forward your request to the Bioscience Division. In the meantime,
hang on, let me show you. Whoops. God damn it. Alright, so, it's basically a whole set of legendary power armor. And, it increases the AP refresh speed when all pieces are equipped. Or all pieces have the quantum paint job, I guess.
please feel free to enjoy one of our other nutritious and flavorful food supplements.
And plus, I have it upgraded to the maximum level. So the stats are actually really good on this. What else? I have it equipped with the jetpack too, so AP refresh speed plus that makes for a very cheaty set of armor. Here we go, Bioscience. So I gotta slip in here and get that thing for Virgil. I am a man of my word. You know, that guy helped me out immensely. That's the least I can do, right?
Not yet. I've been reviewing Father's plans to expand our operations at work. He's eager to get that going, so I've had to put everything else to one side.
I wonder how the Warwick family is doing. Young Wally must be close to 10 years old by now. It's remarkable that any child can survive for so long up there, don't you think?
I try not to think too much about it. We have more than enough to occupy ourselves here. Those people are the last remnants of a dying past. It's best not to dwell on the subject.
They're still people, and they're suffering. We can at least admit that it's regrettable. After all, how can we hope to redefine mankind if we can't even hold on to our own humanity?
Well, that's a question best left to our colleagues in the robotics division.
Yes, well...
I'm calling you back to work. Just trying to catch your stream during break. Alright, man. I'm sure you know that my streams get uploaded, so if you want to catch it later,
So good to have you.
you can.
Dr. Clayton Holdren, head of the Bioscience Division. I can't wait
I
for
will
to
tell
see
you
the work
though,
we're doing.
I won't be streaming
truly
tonight
amazing.
because I get my daughter tomorrow, like really early in the morning, and she's a tiny terror, so yeah, she's gonna be taking up all of my time, so I'm probably gonna go right to sleep when I get home. But I am dropping her off Friday night because her and her mother are going away on vacation. So instead of having her for the whole weekend, I just have her for the day. But when I come home, if I'm not too wiped out, I'll stream some more.
Everyone in the institute. To that end, we cultivate highly specialized breeds of flora for use in food
So
and medicine.
yeah, if you want to catch me
We've started to
then,
explore the idea
you're more
of
than
synthetic
welcome.
animal life. You probably saw the gorillas. They're really just a pet project at this point, but the potential is exciting.
Gorillas.
nonetheless.
Seems like there's nothing you guys can't do.
With hard work and ingenuity, any challenge can be overcome. I'm sure I've taken up enough of your time as it is. But I have to ask, have you decided whether you'll join us?
I'm not sure how well I'll fit in, but I'd like to give it a try.
Great. I was hoping
See, this guy's like super friendly. I like this guy.
I imagine you'll want to continue looking around.
He's like all about like helping out, helping people that need it. It's been a while since I sided with the Institute, so this is all like, it's pretty much bringing back memories. I remember there was one department head that has a serious issue with you before you even meet him. Alright, let's see. Yeah, maybe I won't do that, but oh wait, I think it's under miscellany. Alright, I'm trying to find the quest that Virgil gave to me. I think that might be one of the things I'll do eventually.
Please resist any urge you might feel to eat the specimens in the hydroponic garden.
I can't promise that.
Hi, Doc.
Well, if it isn't our visitor from the past. Some time ago, we covertly replaced the family patriarch at Warwick Homestead with a synth. He's been field testing a variety of genetically modified seeds that I created. Take this packet of seeds to the Roger Warwick synth. Be careful with these. They represent years of genetic manipulation and enhancement. Hopefully you can manage such a simple task.
Don't patronize me, Pencil Neck.
I meant no offense. Just, well, let's move on. Now listen closely, because this next part is vitally important. When Roger asks how your trip was, tell him some blood bugs chased you halfway across the Commonwealth. That code phrase will identify you as an agent of the Institute. Also, you must be discreet. Do nothing to draw attention to yourself or raise suspicion.
I understand.
Now hurry on to Warwick Homestead so we can begin the experiment.
Alright. I guess I can make the drop. So I'm going to have to find Virgil's workspace. I remember doing this once before, and I remember it being very under lock and key. So, I don't remember how I found it. I don't know if I just followed the quest or I kind of just, like, went off exploring on my own and found it that way. Shit. I think this might be the door right here. Let's take a look.
Yes.
Nope, this is just a storeroom. And I can't bring any companions here either. Which honestly, it would have been really cool to see what their reaction would have been. Wait, what does that say? FEV lab. Okay, so I think this is where I need to go.
Nice.
Alright, it's coming up on 20 minutes to 2. I gotta start getting ready at about 2 o'clock, 2:15. Okay, so this is where I gotta be. Let me do a quick save here, because if I fuck something up and the Institute becomes hostile, I want to be able to come back to this save. There might be some goodies in here.
That's it.
That's a weird looking ammo box. Yeah, I mean, these turrets do not go down easy.
Area not secure. Repeat.
Assaultron.
Area not secure. Resetting threat level.
That's always comforting. I am not a fan of Assaultrons.
That's it.
A tri-tool. What's that? I kind of want to find this Assaultron before she finds me. So we got yellow and blue. We can make more green paint.
Sensor.
And look at how fast that AP refills. That's amazing. I think there's another stat that I have that increases the refill rate. But couple that with this power armor, it's amazing. Let's see. Affects your health and the action point drain from sprinting. Let's see. Action point, and that increases the number of action points, blah blah blah. Affects the recharge rate of critical hits. Okay, so I thought there was a stat that increased how fast your action points refilled. I thought that might be endurance, but apparently it just reduces the amount of AP drain you get from running. Let's see. Shit, man, I'll take those trays. It'd be funny if you could tell Father, you'd be like, hey, listen, man, I need lots and lots of aluminum. It's incredibly rare up in the Commonwealth. Don't ask me why. I'm still trying to figure that shit out. Oh, adhesive too. I'm looting a shit ton of friggin' bobby pins, and I just need the one.
Sweet.
Alright, so there's another Corsi uniform if I need it. Black Institute lab coat. Only because I don't have one of those yet. Alright, let's see. I love how, like, that turret just waited for me to look at it before it started shooting at me. I think they have cooldowns, though. Like, they'll fire a small burst at you, and then it'll stop, and then it'll continue to fire more bursts at you. I hate how fast time flies when you're playing this. Or when you're playing anything. Well, that's a little depressing. I mean, these turrets take a lot of abuse. Now this one's tricky. It was behind that box, so you gotta get creative just to get to it. See, I complain about being overweight all the time, yet I have one of the heaviest weapons you can get in the game. I have some of the heaviest armor you can get in the game. And I'm looting like everything. So, I really have myself to blame.
That was personality.
There we go.
Just for good measure.
It's a dangerous world out there. Protect yourself. Protect your family. I just broke. It's something Danny Kaye.
Man, if this dude had all of this dedicated to him and his research, he was pretty high up there. I don't see why he wanted to escape. But I think he said something about them wanting to cut his funding or something, or they wanted to like decommission him or something. I don't know. All that I know is I'm like 80% sure they had a damn good reason for wanting to leave the Institute. Because look at this, man. For an egghead like him, like this is like a fucking playground. And he threw all of that away just so he can go live out in a glowing sea, in a cave. Where, there we go. Where once he becomes human again, he can never leave because the radiation will kill him in seconds. Oh, I thought that would hurt me. Just curious.
Dr. Holden's Synth Gorilla project is showing promising results. Hi there.
Alrighty, so let's go back out to the Institute. So now I can fast travel in and out, so that's cool.
Father is more than just a leader. Since, you were scheduled for maintenance duty in SRB last night. Anything you'd like to report?
Nothing to report, sir. I carried out my duties, as usual.
Dr. Ayo saw you accessing a terminal. You know you are not permitted to access terminals in that section. Is Dr. Ayo mistaken?
Yes. I mean, no, he's not. But I was only...
What is it? Were you or weren't you accessing a terminal in SRB?
I was. But I swear it's not what it sounds like. I was cleaning the terminal, and it switched on by mistake. I was just shutting it down.
Was that a stutter? Have you developed a defect, Unit? Maybe you need to be reset.
Sir, I assure you that won't be necessary. It won't happen again.
See that it doesn't. You don't want me to tell you twice. Now get back to your duties.
Oh, I thought I was about to see an altercation.
The commissary is always open.
You must
Would
be
you
very
like some
proud.
processed sustenance packets?
I've got a few minutes to browse.
I saw a lot of these. Here you go. Pleasure doing business. Just one purified water. I want to check out their vendor too while I'm at it. Like, I think they sell weapons and armor here.
Sir, we've had another situation. A code red.
What? This is the third time in 2 weeks. This is unacceptable. How could this happen?
We think there was a system glitch. We're looking into it.
Damn it, you're all useless. I'll figure out a way. And in the meantime, tell the others to be on high alert. I want more patrols and more rounds.
Right away, sir.
If you see anything even remotely suspicious, report it immediately. This absolutely cannot happen again. Got it?
Yes, sir. Understood.
Spend enough time here.
Remember to keep unnecessary power consumption to a minimum. Don't recharge unless your primary levels are below 2%.
Hey, that kind of sounds like what I do with my cell phone.
If you haven't patched your navigation software, do so after this meeting. The last thing we need is more synths bumping into walls. All right, that's all for now. You can resume your duties.
Remember to conserve power at every opportunity. I apologize for any
It's a real
disruptions that my
journey.
work might cause
Trying to keep all the systems down here operating in green. This place might look shiny and new, but there's a lot of old technology in these walls. I lose sleep worrying about when the next blackouts gonna hit.
Looks like everything's running great. I'd say you're doing your job.
Thanks. It's nice to be appreciated. Most people just take my work for granted. It's the kind of work that only gets noticed when something goes wrong. If you know what I mean. There's some stuff I need.
Oh,
to
trust
check
me,
out.
I do.
See you around, yeah?
Scanning unknown identity. Clearance confirmed.
Greetings. As the Institute's requisition vendor, I can provide supplies for your missions on the surface. How may I assist you today?
You're the guy I'm looking for.
Sure.
Alright, let's see what we got. Oh, nice. Faster fire rate and 50% faster reload. It's pretty good for a plasma rifle. Heavy synth stuff is actually pretty good too. Agility and perception. Alright, that's you while you're sneaking and not moving. This is Mark III. Grants increasing energy and damage resistance to lower your health up to 35. And increases action point refresh speed. Nice. Very nice. Pretty good amount of fusion cells here too. And plasma cartridges. Yeah, I want to buy that. This is cool looking. Wait, what's that? Oh, Strider. I knew I read that right. I want to see if there's like a junk vendor too while I'm at it. Nope, guess not. Alright, I got what I need. Let me see if I can fast travel out. Let's see, where is the Institute? Okay, that is the, whatchamacallit. Alright, so if I ever want to fast travel there, that's where it is. They should make like a drop down list or something for you. So like if you can't find it in all those icons, you could just kind of go to the side menu and just do it that way. That game that I play, Mobius Final Fantasy, that's what they do. Like they have a globe that you can like click on where you want to go. But like it's really hard to keep track of them all, so like you could also bring up a drop down menu and you just select where you want to go. Alright, here I am once again. Here I am once again. Do 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 do. Who the fuck are you?
I'd like to trade some items.
Get the fuck out of my bed, you bitch. No, not really. You can sleep there. I'm joking. I hardly ever use it anyway, so, you know, yeah. Well, actually, I'm probably going to use it now, though, so, just stand there for a minute while I sleep for 20 seconds. Let's see, I want to sleep for, I want to say 8 hours, at least. You're in my bed, lady. I do like that lab coat. Say what you will about the Institute, they have a really sharp sense of fashion. All right. Oh, hey, Godsworth. Watching you sleep. That's fantastic.
Hey.
Alright. Freaking Paladin dance, man. Why am I getting rained on? There's a ceiling. There's a roof. Why am I getting rained on? Let's unload. Or get out of there. Something I wanted to do somewhere. Alright, there's my 2 o'clock alarm. If I ever had to hit snooze, that's pretty much the alarm that tells me, hey, you're going to be late for work if you don't get up. Yeah, that's really sharp. I like that. Alright, let's see. I'll put the lab coat in there. TNT. The atom bomb. The atom bomb. The atom. Actually, no, I forgot if you can, well, I mean, I am 90% sure you can't, but I want to see anyway. Really? The last time I played this game, you couldn't upgrade this. Or unless you always could, but I never sided with the railroad, so I wasn't able to make armor weave. That's definitely good to know. Actually, you know what? Let me take a look. This might actually be better than my recon stuff. Yeah, it's a lot better than my recon stuff. Well, at the very least, the protection on it is better. Eh. Forgot to do something. Alright, armor lady.
Oh, if you ain't been up to see Grey Garden, you should go. Whole place is run by robots. I'm sure I've got something you need.
I just want to trade a few things.
Go ahead. If you're looking for armor, I may have something you can use.
Okay, Marge.
I'll take one, sure.
Here's what I've got.
Alright, let's sell this crap back to her. You know, those things are modded because that's what I was actually using before. That works. Actually, you know what? I think I'm going to do this first. There's just no point in having a door on that because they never use it. Actually, you know what? Now I wanted to see if I could assign somebody to repair stuff. Thought Marcy finally decayed, but I guess not.
find a pair of socks that don't have
You know if there's anything I can do to lighten the load?
I'm busy.
Here's that holotape you gave me, full of Institute data. I hope.
Well, all right. I'll start digging into this and see if I can make heads or tails of it.
Well, I guess you're not too busy for that, huh?
The Institute isn't our enemy, remember?
I know, but it never hurts to be prepared. Just in case they decide the Commonwealth isn't big enough for the both of us. All the good stuff on here is going to be encrypted. So the first job is to see if I can crack it. After that, well, I'll have to see what I've got. There's no telling what we might have grabbed off their mainframe.
Yeah, I guess scrap this now. Do I even need to repair this stuff? No.
Just meat. Stop asking if we have anything else. Hey, you like me?
I'll just scrap it. And I'll just store that, just in case I need it. I'm very hungry. Yeah, nobody's gonna get that reference.
You watch my back, I'll watch yours.
Alright, so these are ready to go. They just need to be powered up. There we go. Now they're ready to go. Alright, so I think this is where I'm going to call it for now because it's 5 minutes after 2 and I got to get ready for work. So, yeah, this is where I'm going to leave it for now. Let's see. What's my next objective? I guess just go back and see Preston. I guess that's probably the next step. Ugh. Yeah, the side of my face is oozing. I think I must have like popped a pimple or something. I know, not the best topic to discuss, but yeah. Oh, that's a bucket. I missed the bucket.
Hi. You made your decision. Now live with it.
Alright, now he's still being pissy, so let's not bother him. He can stay in that Pilroy. Alright, so this is where I'm going to call it. Thanks for joining me. For those of you that did, or for those of you that popped in, I say thank you. Like I said, I'm not going to be streaming tonight because I get my daughter tomorrow, first thing in the morning. So, you know, I'm probably going to head straight to bed when I get home from work. Yeah, that pretty much does it. I only have her until Friday night. So, once I get home from dropping her off, I'll probably start streaming then. So, like I said, just check in every once in a while, see if I'm streaming. And if not, you know, whatevs. But if I am, I'll see you then. Until then, take care now. Bye-bye then.